Now, aging your love respect, my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. It was the LOVE, you're loving yourself, not to dim your light. Neighbor, neighbor, don't dim your light. They got so much hate in their vein, the insecurity problems project the pain. At the end of the day, hold on 1 second, you and I T-Y, hold on 1 second. I know how to respect my neighbor, didn't matter your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability. I don't mean no disrespect, neighbor, 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 neighbor. I'm far from my hater, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Moving in class, actually knew how to respect my neighbor when they didn't know how to fix their crown. Things just different. How folks be having insecurity problems. It didn't matter if it was a dude or a chick, they paint you out to be the villain in their story, or because they didn't understand their own mental health when it come to their train of thought. They had to play with spoken and toxic when it come to beauty spells. They didn't want you to see your vision when it come to loving yourself. That energy is different. It was never competition. They said you mentally unstable, but you was truly keeping it real. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. You got too much time in your hands, neighbor. Playing with spoken in a toxic way when you could project that same energy into yourself to better yourself. How it took a whole community to dim somebody's light. I love myself not to dim my light. Living in fear, now I'm far from paranoid. I'm far from a hater. You would never understand that. Hold on 1 second. When the right people truly for you, that you and I see why it's different. It was never competition. Let them hate. Hold on 1 second. Don't run through my vein regardless of what I've been through. I know how to respect my neighbor regardless of if I came from poverty and pain. That ain't just different. They said that you're whack in your corner, you're nobody. But if you actually loved yourself at the end of the day, you would take that same energy and project it in yourself to understand your mental health. How you try to shortchange somebody that wasn't trying to live in fear. You try to discourage them at the end of the day, get them locked to put them in a psych ward because you wanted them to be a crash out. You couldn't weather your own storm to stay in your lane. You projecting spoken in a toxic way, gang stalking, hacking folks' devices. And as soon as they speak up for themselves, they said it to you. They quick to say they're mentally ill. It'd be a train of thought for me, all because they speaking up for themselves without malicious intentions. Don't dim your light, neighbor, 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 neighbor. You're mad, you're worthy. You're mad, you're worthy. Don't dim your light, neighbor, 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 neighbor. My content is not for everybody. It's real disturbing to see how chicks and dudes will play with beauty spells, play with magic or whatever the case may be in a toxic way, projecting on an innocent person, to project them to be mentally ill. How it took a whole community to gather a hate train to dim somebody's light, all because of the fact that someone truly believed in their faith. God was real when God was truly keeping it real, holding that child of God down. Hold on 1 second. Divine Thomas actually hits different. Folks in the background trying to rob somebody mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, even emotionally, between a thought for me, all because someone actually stepped out on faith that day. I wasn't trying to fit in. I was far from a hater. I wanted everybody around me to win. But they saw me as competition. But God allowed me to pour into me, not to overlook me. That's why God holds certain doors to protect your mental health. You marry worthy. God was never for sale on your soul. July 17th. Stop the vines. Have a good day.